Hello and happy October. I am Heather Davis and I am going to be doing your readings for October. I am using the Sparkle and Shine Oracle deck by me. I made the deck and it is one of the decks on the Indigo's app. So I am going to be actually using an app to read the cards for each of the 12 horoscope signs. You can see the app right here. This is terrible reflections. So you can see the app. It's Sparkle and Shine. Go in it, and that's what it looks like inside. And then click on Readings, and allows you 1 card, 3 cards, or 5 cards. You can also check out all the cards that are in the deck. This card is available by Indigo software, and it's available for all devices. And I will have the information for this deck on each of the videos. So you can go and download the deck and do your very own reading with my cards on your own device. So October in general is feeling like a month of change. Although the leaves are starting to fall and the year is coming to a close, there's a lot of things that have to be finished with 2021. The energy is still very active right now, very heavy in some places. It can be heavy as far as forcing us into some changes that we may have been putting off for a long time. So some of us may have some stuff coming up from our past, especially right now because we're in Mercury retrograde, always a favorite time of everyone. But it is a wonderful time for facing the challenges, facing the fears, looking at things that we've been putting off, or being forced to look at things from our past that we have tried to hide or tried to bury deep within us or deep in our memories. So although it's not always our favorite time, Mercury retrograde is definitely a really good time for healing and for growing. So I am going to get to each of your readings now, but I hope you all have an amazing October, sending lots of love, and I will see you once again in November. Hello, Gemini, and welcome to October. Your reading is here. Okay, so your situation is throat chakra, your challenge is flow, and the advice is indigo child. Okay, so what I was getting when I was meditating on your cards is that you're using your throat chakra maybe a little too much. And what you are saying or speaking is a little bit misaligned. It seems a bit forceful. Maybe you're sharing your opinion on things a bit too often, or you're trying to help others, but you're helping maybe a little bit misaligned. Maybe even the help that you're trying to give is just not being received well by the other person. The going with the flow, it's often related to pushing our beliefs onto others, or forcing things to change, forcing things to take effect, forcing others to make moves that they're not necessarily comfortable with, forcing situations for ourselves, forcing things to happen in our life. And it's not the right time. It's not the right place. There's more things that have to happen maybe outside of the spectrum of your view before something can occur. So it's when I see these two cards together, my guides are really asking that I tell you to take a step back, okay? Whatever your intentions are, good or maybe not so great, it's not the right time for all of your vocalizations, for maybe speaking your mind, for trying to push people a certain way, or trying to convince people of one thing or another. This is when you need to go inside, okay? So another thing that the cards are telling me, with the indigo child card, indigo children are often forceful. I know, I'm one of them. We tend to push and let's make this happen. A lot of indigo children can be type A. We are impatient. A lot of us are ADHD, and we just want things to happen, and we want people to do this, and we want people to change, and we want to help people. Even with our best intentions, we push. So for some of you, this may be the situation, and you're being asked to right now take a step back. It's time to breathe, and it's time to not reimagine, but maybe rediscover the reasons behind your motives. Okay. So, one of the things that indigo children are here to do is change the world. And you can't change things without being a little forceful, without being a little kind of in your face. So we tend to be that way. And that's okay. It's not a bad thing. But for right now, for this month, we're being asked to take a step back. And, well, not we. I'm not a Gemini. So Geminis, you're being asked to take a step back and recenter yourself, reconnect to the light, reconnect to source, ground yourself. And it almost feels like, as well, some of your motives may not be coming from the lightest place. Okay, so there have been a lot of energies swirling around. I mean, there's so much disruption and so much angst and fear and anger in the world right now that it is prominent and surrounding us. And so any little bit of fear within us, or any little thing that little opening, that darkness and that negative energy can find its way in, it's going to go in. And so some of your intentions and your vocalizations may be coming from a place that is not light. Hopefully that makes sense. So I think it's really important to try to clear yourself. Definitely ground. If you can do some saging as well, that would be excellent. Whatever you use to clear, crystals, anything like that, baths, salt baths, trip to the beach, basically anything. If you're going to clear your energy field, this is the time to do it. It's really, really important. I think it's also going to help you with being able to take a step back and going with the flow a little easier. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, yes. Okay. So intuition. So one thing with being forceful, and sometimes, especially if it's coming from some darker energy that's within us, we are going to trample on what our soul is telling us and what we're being guided to do by source, by our angels, by our higher selves, all the people that help us in positive ways. We might be ignoring the intuition and the messages that we get from these higher sources on the good things or the proper things or the things that we need to be doing. So if you can clear yourself and take a step back, then really open yourself and allow your intuition to filter through. Let your heart speak to you. Listen for your guides and your angels. Listen for the important light-filled messages that are coming to you. So when you are able to speak your mind, that what you're speaking is coming from a place of pure, loving, and light-filled intentions. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, message me and I will explain it. Unfortunately, there's not much time to explain it on all of my short videos. But that is your reading for October, Gemini. And I'm sending you lots of love. And you're doing a great job. Sometimes my readings are not always super, super lovey, and everything's going to be wonderful. But that's why we're here. We're for healing and lessons. So, anyway, sending lots of love, and I will see you back here in November.